So this time on our phonemic awareness warm up, I'm going to start you with the one that we didn't do last time because I was in the wrong lesson at the beginning. So you don't have to turn to this because you can just look at it on my screen. And then when we get to the actual lesson, I'll get to the right lesson. But I was wondering if you could figure out how many sounds are in elephant. It's a doozy. Take your time, put it in the chat when you have a guess. How many sounds in elephant? I've got some good guesses so far. Not even guesses, you guys are figuring it out. Elephant, it helps if you really draw it out when you stretch the word first. Elephant. Elephant. There's 7 sounds in there. Listen. E, O, E, A, N, T. 7 sounds. And that at the end is the schwa sound that we're going to learn about today. You write that down actually. 7 sounds in elephant. Now that one was a hard one, and a lot of those sounds, this is why we do this phonemic awareness warm up, so that we can train our brain to separate all of those sounds that want to get muddled and messy and joined together. We have to learn to separate those so that we can spell a word correctly and attach a phoneme to every single grapheme. How many sounds in elbow? When you stretch it out, it's elbow. Don't think about the way it's spelled. Try to get those letters out of your mind. We're only doing sounds. Good job, Susan. Yes, elbow. Yes. Somebody said we did these last time. Did we do these last time? Okay, I didn't think so. So elbow, let me just check one more. So Tracy, you're probably thinking of the way it is spelled. It's so hard when you just do the sounds. So the sounds in elbow are E, O, B, O. 4 sounds, E, O, B, O, elbow. How many in shell? Shell. Shell. It's tricky. It's getting tricky. I'm going to make it trickier and trickier as we go so that you get really, really good at this. Shell has 3 sounds. Sh, E, O. It has 5 letters in it. But let me show you why it has 3 sounds. Let me pull up my pen. So SH is its own grapheme. It is called a digraph, and it makes its own sound. So those 2 letters make 1 sound. That's what a digraph is. 2 letters that make 1 sound. The E has its own sound, and then the L's share a sound, of course. So there's only 3. 1 sound for sh, 1 sound for E, and 1 sound for O, shell. Okay, so 5 letters, but only 3 sounds. Okay, you guys are getting good at those. All right, now I'm going to hop on back over to our real. Here we are. Okay, so this is the last thing I'm going to teach you about A. Because I want to just talk to you. So A makes 4 sounds. We've learned when it makes its long and short sound, A and A, by doing the tap 2 rule. You've got those down. Then we introduced the schwa sound, A. And we learned that A makes the schwa sound if it's the very last letter, or if it's the very first letter and there's another vowel 2 doors down. If you're brand new, that probably just blew your mind, but don't worry. We're going to learn something new today. It sounds hard when I explain it, but we spend the whole 30 minutes learning the new rule, so it's easy by the end of the class. Today, we're going to learn the third reason why A will say ah. I won't go into the fourth sound it makes. We're going to keep it simple today. It's going to make the schwa sound again today, ah, and here's why. A will say when it's almost to the end of the word, and there's a consonant at the very end. Sometimes there can be 2 consonants, sometimes there can be 3, usually 1. So if A is almost the last letter and there's a consonant at the end, that A is going to change to the schwa sound. Let me show you some examples. Schwa sound is like elephant. Do you see that? There's the A that's almost to the end with the consonant or 2 at the end. That's why it's not elephant. That A changes to the schwa sound. How about politician? I'm going to teach you all about that CI and why it says shh a little later on. Can you guys see this? I'm getting a chat that says somebody doesn't see any. Give me a thumbs up if you can see what I'm doing. Okay, make this a little bigger though. How about a couple more examples of this rule? Let's do, oh, how about it's almost Christmas time? Balsam. American. So here is A is almost to the end, and there's a consonant at the end, so that A is going to say Think of one more. How about veteran? Okay, so usually there's only 1 consonant at the end. Sometimes there's 2, as in elephant. Sometimes there's 3, but usually there's 1. So that is our rule for today. When A is almost the last letter and there's a consonant at the end, maybe 2, maybe 3, then that A is going to change to the schwa sound and say Okay, so let's practice this. So those are the 3 reasons why A would say All right, so let's see. Oh, so I'm reading the reading rule right here, and it is important to know that this rule applies in multi-syllable words. So short words, it doesn't apply, but it has to be in at least 2-syllable words. That's the same for all of the rules that you've been learning so far, actually. That's why all of our words are so long, because the most words you are going to encounter in the real world will be multi-syllable words. So these are rules that apply to words that are longer, more than 1 syllable. The first thing we do is we circle our vowels, figure out what this word is. We're going to pay attention to the vowels, because if you can read the vowels, you can read the word. Now look at this one right here. It's almost to the end, and there is another consonant or 2 right after it. So I know that that A is going to make the schwa sound, which is represented by an upside down E. That A is going to say So I know that the last 3 letters of this word is going to say unt, not ant. Okay, now look at this. We have an A at the beginning with another vowel 2 doors down. And this is what we learned the last time. If there's an A at the beginning with another vowel 2 doors down, that first A is also going to make the schwa sound. So let's figure out what this guy is going to say. So we're going to do the tap 2 rule. 1, 2. We tap the next 2 letters. If either one of them is another vowel, then that vowel says its name. If not, it won't. So no, one of them is not another vowel. So no, that A is not going to say its name. It's going to make its short sound So this word is let me pencil read it. D, a, p, n, t. Adapant. Adapant. Doozy. Let's try yours. So over here, I'm going to be quiet while you Okay, so if we went to pencil read this word, it would sound like a, t, a, f, a, n, t, a taffant, a taffant. Will you put in the chat if you got a taffant or if not quite, so I can see how we're doing with this first one? Okay, we got a yes, yes, okay, yes, yes, good. All right, let's try the next one. You guys are fast learners. These are supposed to be hard rules. These are not easy. And also, can I just add that this class, my brain needs to associate the sound. Yes, this class, you guys are going to be vowel marker extraordinaires. You're going to be able to mark any word that you see. You're going to mark that vowel, and people around you are going to be, why are they so brilliant that they know how, not only what all the vowels are going to say, but how to mark them. Yeah, nicely done. Let's try the next one. Okay, so I have a question here. Somebody is asking about the A sound. So A will only say ah if the next two letters are not vowels. The tap 2 rule. And we're going to do the same tap 2 rule in 2 weeks with E. So don't worry if the tap 2 rule is you're not quite sure what that is. Maybe you missed it. We're going to do it in 2 weeks with E. I mean, in 2 sessions, 2 more classes with E. So A will only say ah if the next 2 letters are not a vowel. In this class today, the A we're working on the sound. So every vowel will change to the schwa sound at some point. Every single vowel will change to the schwa sound if there's an L after it, for instance. So in this class, we're learning when the A will change to the sound. And today, we're learning specifically that it will change to the sound if it's almost to the end and there's a consonant at the end. All right, let's try number 2. I know that's a lot of information, and man, do I talk fast. So if you are hanging on, well done. If you want me to slow down, put it in the chat and I will. Okay, so number 2, we're going to circle the vowels. In this month, we're only circling A's because that's what we're learning about. So I already know that I have a reading hack for this A. It's almost to the end, and there's a consonant at the end. So this A is going to say Reading hack. We have a reading hack for this A because it's the very beginning and there's another vowel 2 doors down. So this A is also going to say Reading hack. Now this guy has only consonants after it. That's the tap 2 rule. 1, 2. There's no vowels there, so no, it's not going to say its name. It's going to make its normal sound like apple. Okay, so if I go to pencil read this word, it is d, Now I'm going to read that the easy way because right now it's just a random set of sounds that I've already forgotten the first ones, right? That happens when these words get long. So here's the easy way to read that word. We're going to start with 3 and then we'll add one on at a time. The N, ran. Grab the D, rand. Grab the randa. And grab the M, random. Random, that sounds like it should mean something. Random. All right, let's try yours. Go ahead and mark them and I'll be quiet while you work. Okay, if we pencil read that word, it would say, I'm going to do the first 3. Pa, I can do 3 sounds. A pa. Now let's grab on a 4th. A pan. Grab the S. A pants. Grab the A. A pantsa. And grab the M. A pantsum. Who got a pantsum? Yay, Vanessa, yay, you got it. Nice, Mary. Good, yay. You guys are so smart. You just pick up these difficult rules so fast. Okay, let's go to number 3. I'm going to circle the vowels. I'm going to make that one a little neater. Okay, I have a reading hack for this A that's almost to the end. If there's an A almost to the end and it's followed by a couple consonants, then that A is going to say If there's an A at the very beginning and it has a vowel 2 doors down, that A is going to say This vowel, when I do the tap 2 rule, no, there's not another vowel there. So no, it's not going to say its name. It's going to say its regular sound. So this word is, what was that? Is that an L? Yeah, okay. Lapist. Lapist. If you didn't know this rule, and if you were any other person on the street, you might call that a lapast or Ayla paste, right? You would just be forced to guess. So now that you know the rules for how to read unknown words, you don't have to guess anymore. You can apply these to most words. Let's try yours. Go ahead and mark your vowels. Okay, if you pencil read it, it's ramist. A ramist. Yeah? Yay! Okay, let's try one more. Me first. So there's a vowel, there's a vowel, and there's a vowel. This one I can already identify the reading hack. It's almost to the end and it's followed by a consonant or 2 or 3. Here's a reading hack. There's an A at the very beginning and there's another vowel 2 doors down. So that A is also going to say This A is followed by 2 consonants, so it does not get to say its name. It has to say its normal short sound, So if I pencil read this word, it would say p, d, t. I'm going to read this one slowly. A pa, a pan, a pand, a panda, a pandan, a pandant, a pandant. Okay, is this getting easier? Let's try yours. Go ahead and circle it and I'll be quiet. Okay, let's see how you did. We have s, n, p, n, t. A sandpunt. A sandpunt. Now, would you please put in the chat how you are doing? This was, you just learned the hardest, probably the hardest rules you will learn, period. A is the most difficult letter because it has all of these rules and it has all of these sounds. A is the most difficult letter. And if you can get today's lesson and last week's lesson and wrap your head around all these different times when A says based on where it sits in the word and the letters that surround it, you are very intelligent and you are really applying what you're learning. All right, we have great. You missed one, that's okay. Nobody's perfect, right? And good. Nice, nice. Okay. Let's look at before I let you go, I'm going to tell you, let's see, there's a couple other chats are here. Okay. I know some of the words sound so weird. Even if I said it right, it would sound funny. I know that's the point, is because I don't want it to sound like a familiar word, because then you would be tempted to guess at it. Like, oh, that's that word. And then you start with the first few letters and then you'd be tempted to just kind of guess and fill in the rest on your own. So I want it to be kind of difficult to force you to look at every single sound and blend all the way to the end. Okay, let me stop sharing for a second, because I want to use the whiteboard. And since you've got that so well, I want to throw in just one more piece of information about A, just for fun. Don't worry about remembering it. Don't worry about taking notes. I just like to throw in fun facts. So A will make, I've already talked about the 3 sounds A will make. A, and We've been working on the last 2 weeks. It can also say Don't worry about remembering it. But the reason I want to tell you this is so that when you encounter it, you'll go, oh, wait a minute. She did say that A would say sometimes, and then it won't blow your mind. So A will say if the next letter is an R, such as R, car. Why can't I think of it? Scarlet. Or if the next letter is an L, as in all, ball, ball, call, hall. I'm only thinking of single syllable words right now. Or if the next letter is a W, such as saw or claw, claw, or if the letter before it is a W, such as wash, wallop, wander, grasp. And let me see if I want to throw this last one in there. Yeah, I will. If the letter before it is a QU, such as squander or squabble. So A can say sometimes, but these don't happen nearly as often as when it says A, and So let me go in. Yeah, August. Yes. So the AU will also say I didn't even throw that one in there. Okay, let me share my screen one more time so we can look at any of these extra practice ones that you want me to do real fast before I throw in some real words. What extra practice one do you want me to do before we go? Do you think you've got a handle on all of these? If you want me to do one, go ahead and put it in the chat. If you think you can do it. Okay. Yes. So somebody is asking if I can say these next time, like when we're just starting, if I can read all of these for you. I can. I can. We can try that. I just don't want you to have to like juggle 2 lessons, but we can try it. Okay, so I'm getting 4, 5, 5, 4, 7. Let's try number 4. That looks fun. Okay, so I'm going to circle this A. How is that circle? Was that amazing or what? Do I have control of this mouse or what? Okay, so I know that this is a schwa because it's an A almost to the end and it has a consonant after it. I know that this is a schwa because there is a vowel 2 doors down. And I know that this A is going to say ah because one of those is not another vowel. So let's see if we can read this. We have a, ab, a habrum, a habrum. If you were like me and you looked at that word, you wanted to say Abraham, didn't you? I wanted to say Abraham, but we have to look carefully at every grapheme and make sure that we're applying the rules. It's a habrum. That was a hard one. Now, real quick, look at this word. You are in total control. You don't have to guess when you know the rules. This A, now you know why that A says because it comes almost to the end of the word and there's a consonant at the end. Some more words. Let's see. Just to leave you with a few more real world examples. We have gingham, fisherman, chairman, German, human, punctual, horizontal, economical. So here, all of these A's are almost to the end and they have a consonant. Usually there's only one at the very end. That's why those A's sound like because they change to the schwa sound. Okay, y'all are amazing. I am going to do a review of all of the A rules next time, and then we're going to jump into E. If you want to stay after, I have just a couple minutes and you can ask me a question. Otherwise, I'll see you on Halloween. And yes, I will be dressed up. Bye, guys.